what happens when a golf bag company goes to their lead designer and they say, hey, go make us the best golf bag you possibly can. Your ultimate dream golf bag. Money is not an issue. Just go make it and let's see what happens. Well, you get this. This is the Sunday Golf Ranger bag, and it totally took me by surprise. Let's talk about it. So I've reviewed pretty much every golf bag Sunday has made, starting with their original smaller Sunday bags, the Loma, the El Camino, the Ryder, their first full-size bag, the Big Rig, their big cart bag, and now the Ranger, which is their more premier, more luxury bag, for lack of a better term. When they reached out and said, hey, do you want to review our newest bag? I was like, yeah, sure. I didn't really do much research on it. I didn't really know what I was getting. And I opened it up, I took it out of the box, and immediately I'm like looking at it, I was like, wait, what is this bag? And so I went back and I looked at the spec sheet that I was sent, and I started reading about, oh, it's a higher end bag with higher end materials with a cool story behind it. And it was like completely not what I was expecting from Sunday. And honestly, that's a great thing. Well, I love what Sunday has built. They've built a really cool brand with great aesthetics at a good price point. It's generally going to appeal to the younger golfer. It's one of my best recommendations for best bags for junior golfers, but most of their bags haven't necessarily been ones that are a great fit for me. I will say I do use their El Camino bag as like a Sunday bag if I want to take a half set to the range or take a half set out for 9 holes in the evenings occasionally, but for the most part, I'm not generally the Sunday demographic. Well, I've now played like 10 rounds of golf with the Sunday Ranger bag, and I love it. So as of right now, this bag only comes in one colorway, black, which I think looks really good. When it originally came out earlier this summer, they didn't know how it was gonna do, so they didn't have a ton of units. Well, guess what? It sold out almost immediately, which is why I've waited on doing my review until they're back in stock so that if you do want one, you actually are able to go out and buy one. One of the first things I noticed about the bag was its unique 6-way top. The completely flat rubber design just feels unique. It's a little bit squared off. It looks different than most of the other bags I've seen. There's also 6 full-length dividers, which is something you really want to see in a higher-end golf bag to help minimize club tangle and make sure they're always easy to get in and out of the bag. The bag is constructed with a really lightweight and extremely durable nylon that feels very nice, feels high-end, and it feels like it's going to be durable over many rounds of use. I will say it doesn't quite feel as high-end as the DXR bags from Vessel, but also those come in at a different price point, and in a lot of ways, this feels like it's going to be more durable than those bags. I know one of the things they tried to do is basically see how many features can you pack in. What are all of the different things that our golfers want, and how can we build all of them into a bag? And honestly, they've done a really good job with that. For starters, it's got a frosty pocket, so it's a cooler lined bag, obviously being geared towards younger golfers. In my experience, a lot of younger golfers love that cooler pocket and won't even consider buying a bag without one. So they have it right here. And while the material is nice, it doesn't feel quite as nice as the cooler linings on some other high-end bags, but will totally suffice. I also don't personally love the location. While it's sizable, you easily fit a couple 16-ounce cans in there with some ice or some ice packs. The fact it's right here, which is normally where the rangefinder pouch goes on a lot of bags, I kind of prefer having my rangefinder pouch there. It is nice that it's magnetic, so it's super easy to open up, but personally, when I'm using this bag, I tend to put my rangefinder in here, and it's a little bit deep for that, and it's just not the best use case. So part of that is just me, that's force of habit, that's where I'm used to using it, so that's one thing I might like to see changed in future versions. But that's not where the support for drinks stops. There's also a water bottle pocket on the side here, another pocket you can put a water bottle in here, and kind of a hidden pocket right here, so when you're carrying the bag like this, and you want the bottle to sit up, you can do that as well. So no matter how you're using this bag, there's going to be space for your frosty beverages. The dual strap system works really well. Haven't really had any issues with that. The bag carries well. It's got a nice weight distribution. I do wish that the straps were a little bit more padded. Like, it's still a very comfortable bag to carry, but it's not quite as padded as I would like. So if you're carrying it for a full 18 holes, or if you're doing a 36-hole day, you might start to feel it a little bit by the end of your rounds. But honestly, it's a pretty minor critique because they're still better than what you'll find in a lot of other bags. The carbon fiber legs work really well. The base and the stand, they don't feel quite as robust and quite as durable as what you'll find with the rotator base on a Vessel bag, but it still does a really good job, and I wouldn't really have any durability concerns over using this bag for the long haul. Hey, just a quick heads up, if you decide you like this bag or anything else from Sunday, you can use the coupon code 8015. It's gonna save you 15%, and as you might expect, if you use that code, I will get a commission. To be clear, I don't care whether or not you buy this bag or any of the other products I talk about. My whole goal here is to give you my honest opinion of the products I've used to help you find the right products for your needs. So if you think that relationship makes me biased, feel free, go do your own research. There's plenty of other reviews out there, but if you found this useful and you do decide to buy the product and you wanna save a little bit of money, then we both win if you use that code. With that, let's get back to the review. There's a lot of little touches that are just kind of smart and nice to have things. So you've got multiple tee holders across the side of the bag. There's also a nice Velcro spot here so you can easily attach your golf glove when you're on the green. I've heard from a lot of people that that is one of their favorite features on golf bags, so it was a nice inclusion to see here. They have a fully taped, waterproof, soft-lined valuables pocket, so that's kind of a no-brainer, something you like to see, but it's included, which is nice. And all the zipper pulls are black with Sunday logos. They feel nice and robust, and the branding looks really good on them. Another minor critique I have on this is the top handle. It's a little bit small and just feels like kind of cheap plastic. Whereas say you take a Vessel bag, this is the Player 5 Pro, it's got a really thick, genuine leather handle that's just really nice to use. The new Player Pro also integrated 2 extra handles up here, which I found to be a really nice feature. So the only reason I mention is because this is kind of the direct comparison of what I've been using personally. And so while the handle on the Ranger is totally fine, I do find myself preferring some of the other bags that have genuine leather like the Sun Mountain Mid-Stripe or some of the Vessel bags. Are you finding this valuable? Cool. Would you mind hitting subscribe? I got tons of videos like this all the time. I'll wait. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Thank you. Back to the video. But that also brings us to an important point, price. Even though this is the high-end model in Sunday's range, it's still considerably less than the Vessel bag that I just mentioned. So the retail price of this is $399, but you will almost always see it for $379. You can then use the code 8015 with 80 spelt out, and that's gonna take another 15% off, which drops this down to $322, or about $150 less than the Vessel Player 5 Pro. So even though I'm comparing them, these bags are definitely in kind of a different league from each other. Also worth noting is the Ranger is considerably lighter than the Vessel bag. So if you are someone who walks on a regular basis, then this is definitely going to be one to consider. I think in some ways the better comparison is looking at the Sunday versus like the Jones Trooper 3.0. You're gonna find those in more of a similar price range. The Sunday bag definitely has more features, whereas I feel like the Jones bag is definitely gonna win more in cool factor and aesthetics. So all that to say, I'm really pleased to see what Sunday Golf did with this. As a relatively new company, it's been really interesting to see the quality of their products improve with every single product I've reviewed. I think without fail, every single one has been better than the last, to the point where it's gotten to this bag, which I've been totally happy using for a number of my rounds over the last few months. Is it as luxurious and high-end feeling as like a Vessel bag or the Sun Mountain Mid-Stripe or even the Stitch Make It Yours SL2? No, not necessarily. But is it a huge step up from any other Sunday model out there or a lot of other budget golf brands? Absolutely. So if you want a bag with a ton of features, carries really well, won't break the bank, is gonna be different than most of the bags you're going to see out at the course, I think this is one of the best options on the market. So it's one I'm going to continue to be using, and I'm really excited to see if this is the direction Sunday Golf is starting to go. I can't wait to see what they come up with next. My name's Sean Ogle. I'm the founder of this thing here at Breaking 80, where we talk about cool golf products and cool golf courses. If you're still not sure which bag is right for you, go take our 30-second quiz. You're gonna answer a few questions around what you're looking for in a golf bag, and I'm going to give you my best recommendations based on your needs. If you want to see the list of all my other favorite bags, I will also link that up below. I update that every time I review a new bag that's worth mentioning. With that, I hope you have an excellent day, and we'll see you on the next video. Peace.